So this man complimented my wife, and this isn't the first time that a man has complimented my wife, and I don't really have a problem with men compliment my wife. Matter of fact, she's attractive, and she's been getting compliments her whole life. I don't have a problem with it. This particular man just happens to be a family member. It's the way that he complimented her. So he's like, well, you look good, and those glasses look real good on you. Then he immediately backdoored it. He said, "What's wrong? You ain't used to someone telling you that you look good?" And then he went on to say, no one ever tells you that you look good, and what your husband doesn't tell you that you look good. And so, he started making a mistake all the way back at the beginning, at when he backdoored the compliment with, "Are you not used to telling people, or that people, are you not used to people telling you that you look good?" Because what this is an implication that she's insecure. This is where this man messed up from the beginning. My wife is not insecure. My wife is attractive, and people have been complimenting her whole entire life. And so this man made the assumption that she feels uncomfortable about the compliment he's given her. And so whether or not she feels uncomfortable is a good question. And then her reason for feeling uncomfortable is also a good question. So, if he's the one making her feel uncomfortable, he's not taking, any kind of accountability for his role in that. He didn't ask, am I making you feel uncomfortable? He implied that it's okay for me to say things that makes you feel uncomfortable, and then you should feel at fault for feeling uncomfortable, because naturally it's okay if I say things that make you feel uncomfortable, and that if they do make you feel uncomfortable, it's either your fault or someone else's fault. It's not. I'm not accepting any accountability for me saying it. And so, that being said, it also implies that she has an insecurity. And so, when you say, "What's wrong? Are you not used to people complimenting you?" It's saying that you're unsure of yourself, that you're insecure, or something like that. And that kind of implication, when you say that to someone else, what it often does is enforce that role on them. It enforces that role on them, and then they take on the role of insecurity. They feel insecure in a way where they might not have otherwise felt insecure. And so, what it is an aggressive way to try to make a female feel more vulnerable and subordinate to you as you take on a superior role while you're giving a compliment. And that, just in the beginning, is something that a husband's going to pick up on and sense something's not right here. Something's not. You can't make an implication about my wife being insecure, right? And then if you carry on and further try to place blame on this implication of insecurity on someone else, not only did you call my wife secure, imply that she was insecure and make her feel insecure, but now that you said that the cause of this insecurity is her husband, well, hold up. Hey, her husband is very articulate and well thought out, and her husband ain't fixing to sit there and let you make his wife feel insecure and then blame it on him. And so, to make a long story short, now this man said, he made a comment about, am I going to have to come down there and do something or another, get on his ass? He said, am I going to have to come down there and get on his ass? And it just so happened that in this particular scenario, I had just come in the room, sat down, and they were having a video chat. And this is her family member, and he didn't realize that I was sitting in the room. And if there was, if he did pick up on something about her feeling uncomfortable, it was because she was accepting a compliment, and her husband sitting here right in the room. She was accepting a compliment from another man, and her husband sitting here right in the room. But I don't think he even picked up on that because he was driving the car at the time. And for him to be able to pay attention to facial cues and stuff like that over video chat while he's driving the car is probably kind of harder to do. He might have. Either way, he didn't expect for her husband to be sitting in the room when he said that. So naturally, this when enough is enough, it's like, hold up, wait a minute, hold up, I'm her husband. I don't even know who you are, hardly, but evidently that's her family member, and I haven't got to know who that is as much. So now is definitely an opportunity for me to learn who he is, without a doubt. And this is also an opportunity for him to learn who Ashley's husband is, and that Ashley's husband doesn't tolerate any kind of ignorance, any kind of aggression and ignorance. It's ignorant to think that you can make implications of insecurity about my wife. You can't make my wife feel insecure in any kind of way. You're another man, and you can't make her feel vulnerable and force her to accept compliments. She has a choice to accept compliments, and she probably would. But now it's an opportunity for you to understand that that's not acceptable. And it's an opportunity for my wife to also be further fortified in her confidence and be able to depict when a man is trying to enforce a sense of insecurity into her where there wasn't otherwise one there or needed to be one there. She'll grow stronger from this, and I'll help her.